At Jupiter First Church, we believe that our mission is to extend God's love to people in need, both now and into the future. We know that whatever we do for the least of these, we are doing for Christ. We can enable our church to do this work beyond our own years by contributing to our Legacy First Endowment Fund with our gifts and bequests.
My introduction to Jupiter First Church began in 1983. A new church was starting on the top of the Jupiter Beach Hotel. I went out of curiosity. Ned and Lynn Barnes welcomed each of us. I watched as a flock of seagulls flew by the window, welcoming us to God's house. In my mind, at that time, the little church that could began. I have personal reasons for loving this church. One of my daughters was married here. One was part of the singers, and 7 of my grandchildren were baptized here. My father's memorial service was here. Jupiter First Church has celebrated with me and mourned with me for 40 years. I love being greeted by the welcoming Christ. I love walking into the sanctuary and seeing the magnificent empty cross, a reminder that Christ is alive and in the heart of every person here. I want Jupiter First to remain a vibrant church for another 40 years and beyond. I hope that the little ones we see on Sunday morning will be bringing their little ones here to worship. I hope that Jupiter First will continue serving this community and keep doing missions beyond these walls. One way that we can do this is to support the Legacy Endowment Fund. It doesn't have to be a large gift. All gifts make a difference. I invite you to think about your part as we continue to watch the little church that could grow, thrive, and spread the good news.
People who visit Jupiter First often comment on how the music and message each Sunday morning is so inspirational. Yet, the joy continues throughout each week in fellowship, service, and missions. With your generosity, we can help to ensure a bright future.
When I first walked through the doors in 1993, I was greeted by a church member who made me feel welcomed immediately. She asked me if I had any children, and I said, yes, I had a son. And she said, oh, great. She said, let me show you the Sunday school. So we walked through the Sunday school wing, and about 2 weeks later, I became a Sunday school teacher. And since then, I have felt that this has been my family church.
During one of my first visits to Jupiter First, a couple sitting next to me introduced themselves, and we started talking. Afterwards, we went out to lunch, and I wound up joining Jupiter First shortly thereafter.
I believe many of us have beginnings like this. Jupiter First has been our home away from home. The values the church practiced 30 years ago are the same today. We have always felt the support of the staff and the church family during our celebrations and during our adversities.
Jupiter First continues to be our church home because we believe in its mission and culture. The statue of Christ in our narthex symbolizes the openness of our church. This openness is important in fulfilling our mission to be a Christ-centered church, serving our members as well as the community. The church supports numerous missions on an ongoing basis and others as needs arise.
Our church strives to include all generations in our everyday activities, our missions, and Sunday services. This multi-generational culture brings families together and supports the idea of serving and learning from each other, no matter our age.
We enjoy helping others. Serving others according to the example Christ provided gives us a great sense of reward and satisfaction. It is important to us that this culture endures into the future. That is why we believe an endowment fund is important, and for that reason, we will provide for the Legacy First in our estate planning.
God of all blessings, thank you for the opportunity to use the gifts you've given us to make a difference in our world. I pray that you would lead us to be generous in grace, mercy, and peace as we share our faith and our resources, entrusting ourselves and Jupiter First Church into your care. Amen.
We hope you will consider becoming a contributor to our Legacy First Endowment Fund and a benefactor to the ongoing mission of our church. This can be done through direct gifts today or future bequests as you plan your charitable giving. If you would like to speak with one of our endowment fund representatives, simply call the church office. Thank you for giving us your consideration.